Welcome back, everybody, to Florida, where we are at the Daytona International Speedway. The Season 3 finale here for the GRaceland Shootout Series. A couple of guys are getting ready to start their qualifying. I believe Billy Stanley is already getting his way out there, trying to get some fast times. Heather Jewett, appreciate you joining us out there already in the chat. Already first to chat, first to send the messages. Appreciate you hanging out with me. But we've got a wild one here tonight, and the points are ever so tight as we head into this one. Guys are looking to gun for that Beef Jerky Unlimited last pole position of the season, and we'll see how well that goes for Billy out there. During practice, somebody who you wouldn't expect actually at top of the chart was Bobby Narberg in the 006. His Ford ended up coming out on top during practice, but that means nothing because qualifying is underway as of right now. Billy Stanley looking to lay down his first time as his first lap has started. Warm-up lap has been complete. A bunch of drivers out here tonight, some who haven't been here a whole lot. Ones to note, Doug Neal in the Simbox Racing Machine in the 77 Chevrolet. He's out there. Glad to see him rejoining us here for the season finale. Definitely packing as many in as we can. But let's take a look at what we've got for the race here tonight. 2.5 miles these guys are going to be racing side by side on a 71-degree track. 35 laps with only 2 sets of tires. Now, with this being a super speedway, I think they're going to give everybody a mulligan here and give them one fast repair, 50% fuel limit. So I definitely expect them to have to make it halfway before they have to pit. And, of course, yours truly, Patrick, here in the booth with you here tonight. And the GRaceland Shootout Series has really put on a great show out here, as Robert Lynch right now is sitting third out on top right now. Trying to see if he can squeak just a little more, but Bobby Narberg gets knocked right off the top by the Candyman, who's right now leading here in the points. Now we can take a quick look here at the points lead, and let's take a look at what our shakeup is here so far. Daniel Holloway sitting out front with 492 points. Randy Bledsoe with his win last week reels him in ever so close, but only beating Adam Roberson by 1 point. Both guys in second and third already season winners, and Daniel Holloway may very well be on his way. The only way he can tank this one here tonight, I believe, is to finish dead last, but seeing he is sitting on the pole right now, this is huge for him. So let's shuffle it up to where everybody is the guys here in the top 10 are the ones gunning for that position. Holloway, Bledsoe, and Roberson. Trust ever so close, 1, 2, and 3. Robert Lynch battling it there for a little bit, but like I said, I really think what I'm looking at here is the Candyman may be walking away here with Season 3, sponsored by 5 Star Beverages here. Right now, Bobby Narberg sitting third, gets a hood and squeaks in there. I believe Robert Doig just finished his lap, 13th for him. And a couple other drivers trying to see if they can get just a little more. Randy Bledsoe there with a second place. And so close. We just wasn't able to get it there. On the last one, only 10,000ths of a second off there. That's the one it's showing me here in the little timer. A couple drivers have yet to come out and qualify. Butch Gilpin, Austin Evans, John Cooper, Rob Yost, Ricky Williams, and Zane Touchton. So I've got over 20 drivers here for Daytona. This should be a good one. I'm hoping to see the best out of everybody here tonight. 1 minute left in qualifying here. I believe Bobby Narberg is working his way down pit again. Might be trying to squeak out an extra lap or so. There he is. Daniel Holloway already sitting down pit. He's got to be enjoying that. So right now, there is our winner of our Beef Jerky Unlimited Pole Award here tonight. So another 2 bags heading to that man right there in the 26 Chevrolet. What a great job here all season here by Daniel Holloway. And we'll probably talk to him a little bit after the race, but that may just seal the deal here for the number 26 Chevrolet machine in the Hershey Kiss. In the Hershey Kiss truck here, sitting down pit road. So Daniel Holloway doing a fantastic job all season, and I'm really glad to see him pull away with this one. I would probably guess, like I said, if Daniel Holloway ends up even finishing dead last, he's going to get some points for the pole here, and it may be our season winner, and that's going to be absolutely huge for him and this series, seeing that he will be the third different winner over the past over the past 3 seasons. So that's awesome. Roberson had a win. Randy Bledsoe had the season 1. I believe Roberson was season 2. But I believe, I'm waiting to see, I think Richard Suddeth is out here. He has sworn that 95 Ford will wreak havoc tonight. I hope nothing chasing any of the guys down or trying to place out here tonight, but it is going to be tough. Definitely going to be tough. I want to see if we can find... Let's see if we can find some of our drivers to have a conversation with. Let's see. We haven't talked to Douglas Ross in a while. Let's see if we can grab a hold of Douglas Ross. Let's see if we can grab a hold of him. Douglas Ross, you got a copy?
Yes, sir. I got you.
All right, man. Well, this is an interesting race here so far. Unfortunately, you are not in the running here for the championship. So what's the game plan heading out here?
It's basically trying to help out the championship 3 as any way as I can, because like you said, I'm not in any kind of running for any kind of championship. So just pretty much just keep out of any wrecks that happen, help the people around me, and hopefully we can finish off tonight nice and clean. I know for the past 2 races it was a couple incidents here and there, so hopefully we can get away with caution-free racing tonight.
Yeah, I hope so as well, man. There is an extra faster pair out there, and I think some of these guys are probably going to use it. It's hard to say you're going to walk away with a caution-free race, but we definitely hope so. A late start into the season, you've been placing pretty well out here. What have you learned so far?
Basically, what I learned so far is just running the different tracks different ways, seeing what line works best, and I know pretty much every single race I've done with the gRaceland guys right now, I finished in the top 5 or at least top 10. So, I mean, it's just basically just learning the tracks, learning the cars and everything. And with us going to the late models next season, that's going to be very interesting to find out. So that's going to be a whole new adventure and a half when we get started with that. But it should be interesting.
Oh, man, so you even know we're heading to the late models. Oh, my gosh. Man, I can't wait to see how well that goes. That's going to be a brawl each and every week. Douglas Ross, give me a shout-outs here, man.
Just got to give a shout-out to the gRaceland fans out there watching the show, and got to give a shout-out to my teammate Zane Touchton, because he just joined the lobby, so maybe, hopefully, me and him can get hooked up tonight and make something happen. But let's go out there and let's get this thing.
Well, coming from a super speedway series, I definitely expect to see you guys pile drive to the front. Douglas Ross in the number 78. Be safe out there, man.
Thank you.
All right, everybody. Number 78 machine of Douglas Ross. Let's see if we can grab a hold of... Who should I talk to? Let's talk to Andrew Smith. Let's see if we can grab a hold of him. All right, Andrew Smith, you got a copy?
I hear you loud and clear.
There he is. Oh, yeah, man. Talk to me about this race tonight. What's the outlook? What do we do?
Hey, the outlook is to just come and have fun. You know, I joined the league very late. I've missed a few races, so really just going to try to hold my own line, relax a little bit, try to get up front if I can, but we'll just see what happens, really. This is mostly like practice for me, you know, for next season.
Oh, yeah. Well, next season, a lot of drivers are going to be trying to change it up just a little bit here, you know, kind of side, you know, back and forth, and trying to find teammates. Something tells me teams are going to come in big next season. Have you tried forming any up or seeing who you work with the best?
I'm actually currently with Robert Lynch and his team, a.k.a. Racing, so I'm a part of that right now.
Excellent. Hey, that's what I wanted to hear, man. I just want to give them a shout-out, too.
Yeah.
Cough, cough.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, it is going to be a brawl out here tonight. You know, do you stick with your AKA Racing guys? Do you try to help Robert Lynch into the front maybe for a win tonight?
If I can get behind him, I'm pushing him. That's a guarantee. I did it a couple weeks ago, and, you know, I'll do it again.
All right, man. Good. I like hearing people ready to do a little teamwork, find somebody that they can trust out there and be able to push them to the front. Give me a shout-outs here, man.
Shout out to gRaceland Shootout Series for letting me do this. Beef Jerky Unlimited and 5-Star Beverages, and most of all, Turtle Wax for sponsoring me for next season. And, yeah, just appreciate the opportunity.
Dang, Turtle Wax. All right, you the man. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
All right. Man, we got a guy with a sponsor out there. Turtle Wax. That's awesome. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are about to get ready to start up here in just a moment. Everybody will be getting onto the grid, and we'll get this one underway. There's Jerome Cooper in the number 70. Looks like he's in the White Castle machine. Let's get it going here. Ready to get these guys locked and loaded for the starting grid here tonight. Like I said, Daniel Holloway will be in the hot seat tonight. I think everybody's going to be gunning for his spot for sure. Alrighty, now for the most famous words in NASCAR.
Start your engines! Woo!
Oh yeah, let's get her going here. Let's get right to it. Daniel Holloway and Randy Bledsoe will be starting in the first row. Bobby Narberg, glad to see that 006 starting third, next to Douglas Ross, fourth position. AKA Racing, Robert Lynch's own, sitting fifth, with Richard Suddeth sitting in sixth position, starting row number 4. Fireball Woody hanging out there next to Jerome Cooper in the number 70. We'll see how well these guys handle in the middle of the field. Larry Fairman will be sitting in that 9th position next to Andrew Smith with AKA Racing yet again. So we'll see if those two guys can link up. So we got 5th and 10th so far. Where can they find each other? Doug Neal will be starting 11th. Billy Stanley starting all the way back here in the 12th position. They definitely expect to see him fight his way back to the front in that red and white Chevrolet. Rotating to the final guys in the back of the field. Robert Doig, 13th with Adam Roberson in that 14th position. He's got a lot of work to do here, but we'll see if he can maintain and get back out there. Ricky Williams, 4 machine, sitting 15th with Robert Yost in the 16th position. Butch Gilpin, not too bad. We'll see if Butch can fight his way to the front. We've seen that 18 machine make moves all over the track, and definitely during practice he's able to floss his way through any kind of incidents out there. But he'll be starting next to Zane Touchton, who will be in the 18th position on the outside, and John Cooper, our last driver out there in the 42 Toyota, will be starting 19th, and I do not see Austin Evans behind the wheel here tonight, so I think Austin Evans may be out of it in his 20 Chevrolet starting out this race here tonight. I can't wait to see what we've got cocked up for you guys here, because this is going to be really going here, and why I say cocked up is these guys are going to shoot out here like a gun right as we get to the line. So let's see what we've got here as Daniel Holloway and Randy Bledsoe take us to the last starting green flag of Season 3, and away we go. Randy Bledsoe gets a huge shove here, but Douglas Ross not wasting any time, wants to show that outside line is definitely the fastest. Richard Suddeth drops down to the bottom to push the Candyman back to the front, but the outside line fades away, and Bledsoe now in front like he was last race as he's taking that 81 into the front. Starting behind them, Robert Lynch is hung out there to dry. Nobody out there to help him. But as I say that, Richard Suddeth right now pushing the Candyman. Randy Bledsoe goes out there for the block and holds him there. Candyman back to the bottom. Wait for the 78 to rejoin him here and see if anything else can happen as they fire around turn 3 and 4. Side by side, no incidents yet. This is great. Daniel Holloway regains the lead here. Randy Bledsoe drops down to third. This is looking pretty tight here as they fire across the line. Right now, these drivers are about 190 miles an hour trying to figure out where they can find their guys and find teammates to fire their way back to the front. Larry Fairman tucked behind Robert Lynch. Outside line, let's see if that can get going as Randy Bledsoe's hoping for a prayer to get a quick shove from the back. Fireball Woody hanging out here in the center. We're sitting 9th. He's lost a couple positions here so far, but that's to be expected from a super speedway. You're going to kind of get that sloshing back and forth here. Not too bad as they come down the back chute. You see everybody trying to get a little breath of fresh air to get a little more air to the radiator of the car. See if they can cool it off just a little bit. A little pile up here in the back. Looks like Rob Yost may have gotten caught up there, but everything A-OK. Right now, Adam Roberson not real happy about getting a couple dings there to the side of his truck, but it doesn't look like no harm, no foul here. Larry Fairman taking a peek on the outside again, side by side once again. Looked like for a second there, Fireball Woody was thinking about trying to send a 3 wide up the gut. But no can do. Number 70 of Jerome Cooper, outside line. Now let's see if the 14 Andrew Smith decides to get them a little run here. It takes a lot of discipline from the drivers here in the front to not shove each other too hard where they're going to get spun out. Biggest mover of the race is the Victory Sim Ford of Richard Suddeth, who's now sitting second. Right now, I guess he's pretty nervous here, watching how Randy Bledsoe's kind of wiggling there on that top line. Take a look as we ride along here with Randy Bledsoe. Bledsoe looking for a win here tonight. Hershey Kiss machine right next to him. Man, that's close. Right now, Randy Bledsoe's got the lead for just a second, but Holloway will have the run. Run toward the outside line. Once this track heats up, it's going to be a huge factor here because the outside line will actually become a lot faster. I mean, almost 5 to 6 miles an hour faster. Already out there in the chat, Heather Jewett and Nita Wolf. Appreciate you guys joining in tonight. Looking for Miss Stanley. Wondering where she is. She should be out here rooting on Billy. Billy right now up one position, sitting 11th. I think he's sitting back watching this race come to him. Boy, oh boy, tight match here so far. Richard Suddeth trying to see if he can get these guys up there, but he is pushing with everything he's got. Right now, this race is still being led by two Chevrolets, Bledsoe and Holloway. Lynch trying to see if his Toyota can push Randy Bledsoe to the front. Once again, but Douglas Ross kind of caught here in the middle. I know he says he wants to push these guys to the front and get a good win, but this is where trouble brews. Yeah, you see kind of wiggling around right where that Fireball Woody area is. That might be a problem back here. Let's see, looks like Billy Stanley's starting to get a little loose there as he's chucking in behind Andrew Smith. So far, everybody trucking around, no problems here. No fade off so far. Ricky Williams, unfortunately, bringing up the back of the pack here. Might be sitting back just a little bit, expecting the big one. Everything looking pretty solid here so far as these guys are still side by side out here on the track. Good gap here on the inside line. Interesting to see the inside line kind of fading off just a little bit here. That's Bobby Narberg kind of letting off just a little bit, and now he's going to creep back up on Douglas Ross again. It's kind of that nice fine line where you kind of see these guys, you know, kind of hit that aerodynamic bubble, and they just sit back. And right now, Narberg is just as fast as everybody else without having to go nose to tail, so he's going to try to keep himself out of as much trouble as possible. But the battle for the front still continues here, as actually Holloway has been bumped out of the lead. Robert Lynch now has the lead here in the front. Little mix-up here in the back. Looks like we got some trouble. Might have been a bad push there that got Douglas Ross out of sorts. It's dropped him down to 9th as the rest of the field had to check up. 95 machine. Oh boy, yeah, Richard Suddeth starting to get way loose here. Tires can't be an issue as of yet. Right now, I would be very surprised to see anybody here taking tires. Look at that inside line getting a huge run. Narberg going to try to close the gap here a little bit to see if he can keep these drivers tight. Lynch loses the lead here, falls back down in the third, but he's at least 2 positions up from where he originally started. So watch Lynch and Sudden Death get side by side here. These two have been into it a couple of times this season. Right now, Robert Lynch with AK Racing getting to the front, kind of looking for Ace back there. Where is Andrew Smith? Smith back a few cars, still outside line. Oh man, Larry Fairman. As we stay in this view here, we're watching Larry Fairman get way loose. And Randy Bledsoe's finally got a solid run here. I expect Holloway to either duck on off and slide to the outside, which would actually make Randy Bledsoe almost look like he hit the brakes because he's got all that downforce back to the rear bumper. It looks like Holloway thinks the best of it, stays to the inside and doesn't let him have it. See if Holloway fades to the top. Not yet. Look at this. Guys are definitely getting wiggly back here. Rob Yost starting to fall off the pace there a little bit. Yeah, Kathy Wallace, I see you out there. All right, here we go. There's Miss Stanley. I see you out there. All right, so far so good. Right now, number 21 or Lynch starting to get a solid run here on the outside. Use a little bit of that door draft. Larry Fairman's going to get a little bit closer. I think Lynch probably told him back off a little bit from a bad shove earlier in the run, but it's working. Lynch now back up to second. Randy Bledsoe leading this thing. Fuel mileage will come into play during this race, so whether Randy Bledsoe stays out front sucking up all that fuel with the clean air he has, or if Daniel Holloway's sitting back to see if he can save a couple, maybe a gallon of fuel here so he can stretch it just a little bit farther. Let's see what we can do here. Right now, Billy Stanley kind of smashed in the middle here, sitting 10th. Slowly creeping up this race. Fireball Woody's dropped down 5 positions, back down to 12th. That is not without trying. That inside line kind of fading off a good bit here. Narberg not pushing as much as you would think he would up there to Douglas Ross. Robert Lynch has now been pushed into the lead. Fairman gets a little loose. Might have had more of a run than he thought. Yeah, right now you can't win the race on the first lap, as Holloway's going to kind of tuck back and wait this one out. Last season, this was the race that Billy Stanley won by sliding underneath the line and beating him just by a nose. Oh, man, Fairman gives a shove. There it goes. There's the big one. Wow. Billy Stanley involved in that one, and the one who gets it the worst, I believe, is Andrew Smith, who's still barrel rolling here as we are under caution. Yeah, right now, Andrew Smith may be towing here. I think his truck is destroyed. Hopefully he's got that fast repair checked off here, as he's going to need it. All right, everybody, hold on just a second. Let's see if we can break this one down. Alrighty, everybody, let's take a look at this. Right now, I want you to kind of keep an eye on Billy Stanley here, pushing on the back of Andrew Smith as we head into turn 1. Looks like Narberg fades up a little bit there, catches the 14. Billy, you see him trying to get out of the way here. And then that's it. Look at Fireball Woody snaking out of there. Doug Neal on the bottom. Doug Neal gets out of there. The 18 machine, man, that was close. Right now, pit stops happening for everybody here. Right now, I'm trying to see if we can find a ride along with Andrew Smith here. This hit is kind of rough. I also want to notice when we start this. Notice how he's already got damage, Andrew Smith does, here on the left front. So I don't know if this is going to be any sort of a problem, but let's take a ride along and see what it feels like. Make it stop. Oof. It's impressive he landed back on the wheels, though. Alright, still down pit road is Andrew Smith. About 3 minutes in the box along with Billy Stanley and Bobby Narberg. All three of these guys may be down and out here. Hopefully not forever. Everybody decided to come down pit. Especially most for fuel, some for tires and fuel. Robert Lynch came down for 4 tires and fuel. Daniel Holloway and Bledsoe only came in for fuel. So this is going to mix it up a good bit here. So right now it should show Randy Bledsoe, Daniel Holloway 1 and 2. Richard Suddeth will be 3rd. Douglas Ross is 4th, and Robert Lynch is now 5th. Working their ways out of pit. Butch Gilpin in the 18 machine. Andrew Smith working his way out, and Billy Stanley working his way back out of pit. So I'm assuming, guys, fast repair, that's it. There's no more after that. That's gonna be it for them. So they are on their last one. So Billy Stanley survives. He'll be able to fight his way back out there, but he'll be in the back of the pack here. Said he would have been involved in that wreck if he was involved in it. That is definitely possible. All right, let's see. Get ready to see him go green again. Here we go. All right, Barney, let him have it. Randy Bledsoe with a wild start takes that restart zone to his full advantage. Takes off. Out in front, that allows Randy Bledsoe and Richard Suddeth to get 1 and 2. Holloway trying to find a groove here on the bottom, and he does. Slides underneath Richard Suddeth. Suddeth is going to lose a boatload of speed here until the 78 can catch him. Great race here so far. Only one caution. Slight tangle up there by Bobby Narberg up into the 14 machine of Andrew Smith, which caught up Billy Stanley. So the 3 guys there in the back, they're going to be battling their way toward the front. Looks like they may have fallen off a good bit here on the restart. Don't know if they're going to be able to catch back up to the field. They're going to have to work as a team now, even if they're mad at each other. There's the second clump with Rob Yost here, and then we've got Billy Stanley and all the rest of the pack back here. We got Billy Stanley, Andrew Smith, Bobby Narberg back here. Way back in the back. All right, let's rotate back up to the front where Fairman sitting behind the 78, who seeming to have a little trouble holding that line. Now Richard Suddeth drives like he's drunk sometimes, and he's got to figure out a good place to push him. So he's going to send it 3 wide. He says, yep, that's enough for me. Fairman might not know enough here of who to trust. Fairman caught in the middle. He's got to make a decision quick. Sitting on the outside, 78 thinks best of it. Let's back out of it. He had no help there on the outside line, which allowed the inside to almost have a clean sweep here as Robert Lynch and Doug Neal have now slid on through, dropping Richard Suddeth down to 5th. So big move on that call there. Ricky Williams in the number 4 Chevrolet. Well, I do want to give him a quick little shout out here. Sitting in the 8th position. Not too bad there for him in his number 4 Chevrolet. He's moved up 7 positions so far looking for that 8th, and he gets it. Sliding underneath, no problem at this point for him. Let's take a look at it here as that outside line is absolutely deteriorated. Douglas Ross thinks better of it and says, all right, if you ain't going to push me, I might as well go ahead to the inside and try again to find somebody else out there. Richard Suddeth fades to the outside. Seeing if he can help Robert Lynch. The 2 of these. This will be a good battle here in the front. So let's see if Robert Lynch can get pushed up to the front to give Randy Bledsoe and Daniel Holloway something to think about here. This might be an interesting race. Let's take a look at our tower here. Oh, contact somewhere here in the back. Oh, 42 took a huge lick into the wall. That wasn't good. Hold on. Let's roll that back and figure out what happened here. 42 machine's got a ton of damage on the side of his race car. Come on, you. What are you doing? Let's take a quick look at it here. Looks like Billy Stanley. Ooh, boom. That might actually been something else. See if we can get a quick rollback here. Oh, he dropped out of line. Billy Stanley giving a little push there. He rotates back up into him. Bam. Catches him. Boy, now Billy. That may be it for Billy's night here, as he's the one who took the lick into the wall. Yep, Billy on his way down pit road. That's going to do it for him tonight. Boy, hate to see it. Reigning champ here at Daytona heading down pit road. All right, let's rotate back up to front here. Randy Bledsoe, Holloway, Doug Neal, and Robert Lynch. 1, 2, 3, and 4 outside line. Kind of dropping away again. Jerome Cooper looks like he's aiming for 4th. Oof, drops it off the table there a little bit. Lynch is giving him plenty of room. 70 Machine's got to reach up there to the 77 of Doug Neal. Doug Neal's moved up 8 positions with his Chevrolet. So far, 1, 2, and 3, all led by Chevrolets here in the front. Waiting to see if this team of Fords can come up with something, that being Cooper, Suddeth, and Adam Roberson. Roberson trying to stay out of most of the trouble here tonight, but something tells me he's got a little something going on in front of him here. I don't think he's going to have another problem on his hands. The safest place to be right now is in Randy Bledsoe position here there in the front. Doug Neal kind of getting a little pressure here, and it's interesting to see, you know, these two between Robert Lynch and Richard Suddeth. These two have worked together before, trying to be able to push each other, but it just doesn't seem to be consistent. If the two of them could if they could link up, they could shove each other to the front. I think what Robert Lynch is looking for, if sudden death could get, you know, a little extra help there from the back, and that coming from Wiki Williams, who's in the number 4 again. We had a little talk about him before, but it's interesting to see, you know, the kind of the side-by-side racing, where everybody decides to go, and how they choose to attack each other during this race. Everybody kind of sitting back a little bit, looking at Ricky Williams and his speed out there, about 186 miles an hour in the draft. Outside line starting to pick up the pace. Here we go. Lynch into the front, gets a huge shove there by Richard Suddeth. Lynch holds on to it. I don't think his Toyota can take much more of that. Right now, 95 Machine and Richard Suddeth giving the push here. Let's take a look on top. Riding along with Richard Suddeth here. Sitting behind Robert Curran. Lynchman sitting here in 4th position, that Toyota in the front. He's enjoying the clean air out front, but he's just got to get a good break. Right now I know Richard Suddeth is looking for a hole here, trying to see if he can slide on through, but no dice. There it is. There's a good little push. You see how the speed of the outside line is starting to take effect here. Right now, Crun's got to hope that Suddeth keeps close to allow this run to continue. Appreciate you guys joining us here at the GRaceland Shootout Series. We're about at that halfway point here with 16 laps left to go here at Daytona. Season finale of Season 3 coming to a close. I don't think these guys will be rejoining the trucks next year. Should be heading to the Gen 4s, and from what I've heard through the grapevine, the Gen 4s are going to be more like the ARCA cars. And if you don't know what the ARCA cars are, let's just say it's going to be old school race cars with almost 950 horsepower. So we're going to kind of bolt on about another 300 under these bad boys and let them rip. So that'll be an exciting season coming up. No, nothing is set in stone yet. Ooh, man, speaking of not set in stone, check out Doug Neal for the outside line. Here he comes. Simbox Racing Machine. Doug Neal charging to the front. He may have the lead here in just a moment. Robert Lynch knows how to push, and he's going to give it to him. Exactly what he wants. Watch Lynch give the push to the 77 and get Neal out and into the front line. So far, so good. As they come down the back chute, they're going to be running into a little bit of lap traffic here. Right now, Doug Neal's got to be getting a little nervous as they're running up on somebody. Somebody's running there on the outside. And I think that's Larry Fairman up there. Larry Fairman's going to have to grind the wall here. Oh, no, that's actually Robert Doig. Robert Doig actually in there. Oh, man, here it comes. Looks like everybody was able to squeeze through there. Man, oh, man, oh, man. That was close. Now, Robert Doig said he had a problem back on lap 16. Let's take a quick peek. See what happened to Robert Doig here. Oof. Shot in the wall. Fairman caught the wall. Doig's around. Wow. No caution. Figure that. Bet you'd like a mulligan to get that one back. Right now, if Doig can stay in the front, another caution, he'll have the lucky dog around. Yep, good race here so far. Oh, man, pit again. Randy Bledsoe on his way down with the Candyman. Adam Roberson is able to, looks like he beats Holloway into the pits. Rob Yost as well. So drivers who stay out, Robert Lynch, Sudden Death. Jerome Cooper, Butch Gilpin, and Doug Neal. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 outside line. Neal's getting ready to slide down in front of Andrew Smith there. See if he can cut him off. Narberg off pace by almost 16 seconds there, and that's already 9th place. So right now we're seeing our top dogs here in the front. Taking a look here. Let's see if pit roll. Oh, man, here it comes. Hold on, Doug Neal. 18 machine. Oh, makes contact. Wow. Butch Gilpin blasted here. Hopefully Butch has a faster pair. Don't know if he does. Andrew Smith is around. No caution still. Boy, wouldn't that be something out there, Stella, if this is a one caution race. And they've already used it. All right, let's get to our race leader here, Ricky Williams. Let's see if we can get him a lead lap here. It's going to be interesting to see where everybody places coming back out of pit. Right now, Lynch working his way out of pit. First of the drivers that came down pit were Randy Bledsoe. Bledsoe still leading his group of 4. I would probably say the 4 Musketeers running it here. Seeing if they can run up on Lynch. Lynch was able to get a fast pit stop and get back out there. 7 seconds for him. Now remember, he took tires earlier. And there's Lynch. Lynch trying to get up to speed, but these 4 are going to have a run. So does Lynch try to hang back? No, man. Blow right by him here. Lynch is going to have to cast out a line here and see if he can hook the rear bumper there of Rob Yost. Yost has been off the pace most of the night here, but he is not now. Up 12 positions there with Adam Robertson, who's up 11. Right now, this is your top 5. Bledsoe, Holloway, Robertson, Yost, and Lynch. Lynch going to have to make up about a second here to catch back up. Oh, boy. Holloway giving a push there to Bledsoe. I'm sure he's not happy about that. Yeah, Stella, I know I was thinking the same thing. I know cautions were being thrown. It would definitely mess up some of these guys' races and clump them back together. Especially with the 2 spinouts. Robert Doig not getting a caution there after the Larry Fairman contact. And then we saw the 18 of Butch Gilpin and Andrew Smith get into it. And Doug Neal, really hats off to him for continuing to get back onto the track. After he kind of got blasted there, heading into pit road. So if a couple of these drivers can get linked up, they'll be able to fight back to the front and get a little something here. Robert Lynch praying that he can hopefully catch something here. Still second off. Robert Lynch taking a peek there at the 4. More of these guys battle here in the front. If they start separating and going 2 lines, Lynch will have a chance to catch up. Because it'll actually slow them both down and get him back in the train, get him back in the chase. Nothing yet. Heather Jewett out there in the chat, rooting on Sudden Death. Sudden Death now sitting 6th, where he originally started this race, but he's got plenty of help behind him here. Unlike Lynch, who's fallen off another 0.3 of a second. Right now, top 12 are still in the lead, on the lead lap. Larry Fairman might be in some trouble here pretty soon. He's out there with Fireball Woody. Kind of a shame here looking at how this is going. I think Miss Liz Stanley's calling it a night out there. Definitely double check and make sure Billy's doing all right. I think Billy was able to make it back out there onto the track. At least make his truck seen. Man, hate to see that. What a wild run here. Rotating back up to the Candyman. Daniel Holloway here in the front. So far, so good out of him here tonight. He stayed out of a lot of trouble. Roberson definitely trying to put a lot of work on him here. Riding along here with Adam Roberson. Interesting to see. No one's really making any moves to pass here. There goes Billy. Adam Roberson. Look how everybody's kind of fading back, but I think everybody's kind of waiting it out here. There, Miss Liz. Sorry about that. I thought you were saying goodnight to everybody and rocking on out of here. Let's keep it going here. Bledsoe's still in the lead now. I've talked to everybody out there, and normally out of any league, they say if you are at a super speedway and you lead the race, you're a sitting duck. It is not, it is not a good place to be because these guys are going to set you up. They're going to wait for you to make a mistake. And if Randy Bledsoe here is in the front, Holloway, Roberson, and Yost could all slide to the top, and he's got to be quick on the block. So we'll watch and see if that 81 Chevrolet can get back-to-back wins here. And come away with the win. You come away with it here in the season finale. Like I said, the season 4 is to be announced, and we'll see how that goes. All right, we're here at Daytona. Only 6 left to go. Bledsoe's going to have to play hardball out here. You better start watching it. I like the way he's thinking there. I don't know about you, Dave Freeman. Out there, if you kind of look how Bledsoe's fading up these turns just a little bit, I think he's trying to block that mid lane to keep Holloway from rotating to the top. Man, oh man. Yep, 5 to go here. Trying to find some battles out there on the track. Doesn't look like anybody's out there really putting in any different show here. Looking at Randy Bledsoe just to the outside, getting around some lap traffic here. That's going to put Larry Fairman in the 12th position, a lap down. And put Woody, Fireball Woody down another. Now notice how Bledsoe's hanging to the top here, trying to make sure he can block Daniel Holloway. Holloway may not need the win here to come away with the season championship. He may still not worry about him here, but we've only got 4 laps left to go. Very interesting drive here. Less than 14 miles for these drivers to fight it out. Larry Fairman catching back up to the pile. Looks like he left Fireball Woody behind him now. No moves as of yet. And now Rob Yost pretty happy with the top 5 here tonight, especially where he qualified. Alrighty, and there goes 11th position. That's Bobby Narberg. Just goes to show you the amount of how much the draft matters here as they slide right on past him. Man, oh man, 3 to go. We're kind of sticking around here in the front and seeing when this is going to happen. I mean, Randy Bledsoe knows it's going to happen. I just wonder how many people, if anybody gets taken out, if something happens, if there's a miscommunication, if Bledsoe lets him go on by. We'll see. Right now, this is the one I'm watching. See if anything happens here. I think they may be running up on... Who is that? Is that Williams? Is that Ricky Williams there toward the top? Number 4 Chevrolet? I don't think so. It might be Zane Touchton in the number 16 Chevrolet. Showing the number 11 on his car. Alrighty, here we go. Alright, everybody, I don't know about you guys. I'll be on the edge of my seat now. 2 laps left to go. Bledsoe in the lead. Daniel Holloway taking a look. Adam Roberson sitting 3rd. Wait for Rob Yost sitting back, watching everything happen here. Larry Fairman is a lap down, hanging out behind him. Holloway's got to kind of pick and choose his move here as they head down the backstretch. Nothing yet. Taking a peek to the outside, Yost. Yost ducks out of the line. That's going to cause some issues. Fairman doesn't close the gap. He's going to let the Ford duke it out here. What does Holloway decide to do? Does Holloway go for the win? Or does Holloway take second? Holloway sneaks toward the outside, gets a breath of fresh air, back behind him again. White flag here at Daytona. This is going to be the last lap of Season 3, and let's see what Holloway decides to do. Sitting on the outside, less than 60 thousandths of a second behind him, as he rubs his bumper just a little more. Roberson sitting back, trying to hit that aerodynamic bubble, gets a run. Outside line. Trying to use that door draft. Roberson going for the lead. There's the contact. Holloway bumped out. Now moving back to the front. Season 1 and 2 winners side by side. Adam Roberson on the inside. He's got the lead. Who's coming up with all that speed? Look out. Whoa! What is that? Adam Roberson is able to squeak away from all this. And he's going to get the win here at Daytona. Richard Suddeth looking like he's firing for second here. Looks like Douglas Ross ended up in third. Oh man, no line, boom! There's Robert Lynch in the last pile up here at the line. Douglas Ross gets second, Richard Suddeth third, Ricky Williams fourth, and Robert Lynch ended up fifth after flipping to pieces here. I don't know about you guys in the chat, but I have no idea what the heck happened there on the final lap. That was awful. That was absolutely disgusting if that's what I think happened there, because he had more speed than half the field there and came out of nowhere and took the leaders out. I don't know 100% as to why, but we'll take a look at it here. And it looks like the driver, Zane Touchton here, got a huge run here on the inside. The two of these guys have been bumping and lost some speed, but he sent it the rest of the way on through. See if we can find another angle here. There's Roberson in the front. Bledsoe trying to sneak in and keep it close. Yost to the outside. And he tries to make a lane that's not there. Slams on the back of Roberson, rotates up and spins Bledsoe out here. There's Billy Stanley on the bottom just trying to stay out of it. Roberson able to fade back up the track. I think this is the heartbreaker right here, where the Candyman, boom, into the back of him. Wow, that was... I'm hoping that's not what he meant to do there, because that was a rough drive here. Let's take another look at it from inside the vehicle and see if we see something maybe happened. These two had bumped. He started getting a push. Look at this run. Huge run here. Yeah, I think the speed difference was something else. I think he was about 11 miles an hour faster, and you can't shove somebody that hard. Holy cow. Huge lick there. Wow, huge lick. All right, Roberson. Douglas Rocham, Richard Suddeth, 1, 2, and 3 in this one. But it's showing me that Robert Lynch might have nailed third. So I think what I'm seeing here, Roberson, Ross, and Lynch, 1, 2, and 3. Suddeth ended up fourth. I think Robert Yost got knocked all the way down to ninth. Daniel Holloway down to 8th. Randy Bledsoe down to 7th. Like I said, I'm fairly certain Daniel Holloway probably has Season 3 here in the bag. And he's going to be taking home the 5-Star Beverages Award here. But if you guys hold on just a second, let me try to see if we can reel in all our drivers here in the final three. All right, everybody, we have caught up to our third place finisher, Robert Lynch. You were back there a good ways, bud, but you ended up coming out in a third position. Talk to me about the last few laps here.
Well, when we come out from the pit stop, I didn't take any tires. I only took fuel, and I was supposed to be partnering up with Richard, but I think he took tires by accident, and so I come out alone. And then when those guys that were in the lead came by me, I tried to pick up on their draft, and I was able to keep with them for quite a ways, for quite a few laps. But every single lap, it was like a tenth of a second off, and then it kept ticking away. And then I finally lost their draft. And it's like, once I did that, I was completely screwed. Then I had to wait for the next team, which was Richard and all a bunch of the other ones, come up and pick me up. And so I got picked up by them, fell in line with them. And then when we come to the last lap, holy cow, all of a sudden I'm seeing way up in front of me, there's a big accident. And it's like, what? And then I took my chance to dive down below Richard. And then my crew chief come on my radio and said that, the guys that were in the lead, some of the guys that were in the lead, all of a sudden were not there no more. And it's like I passed them. It's like, what? And then it shows me in third place. I mean, it's like a crazy finish.
Dude, that it was. Definitely. We kind of went through a few replays of what happened there. I think there was a driver with a huge run trying to give a push, and it didn't work out. And a couple of the drivers got hammered there, especially Bledsoe, Holloway, and Robert Yost. I think they were the ones that get the worst lick of them all. Allowing Roberson to squeak away, because if you see the wreck, at the replay, Billy Stanley's on the bottom trying to avoid everything because he was a lap down and he was trying to stay out of the way, and they almost met him there on the inside of the apron. But man, oh man, Season 3 ends like this. Talk to me, what has gRaceland got here in the future?
Well, as far as the future goes, what we're doing is we're going to be having our officers meeting, and then we're going to be getting together. And we'll be getting together with the drivers here in just a couple of weeks to discuss Season 4. We haven't really locked down 100% on which vehicle we're going to use, but I think there's rumors of we're going to use that new late model. But we're still in discussion for that. We're also going to be having a couple more adding a little bit more rules, and kind of define more of a hard stance on the rules. But other than that, I've opened up the recruiting now. So we're going to hold a couple of recruiting races after a couple of weeks and get everything locked down. And then we got the website, of course, and tonight your broadcast, besides being on YouTube and Facebook, was also broadcasted live on our website. So I'm trying to build up our website bigger, and just looking forward to the next season, see what we can do.
All righty. Well, you talk about the website. What is the easiest way for people to find you so they can sign up?
To sign up for the league, like I said, in iRacing itself, it's open to recruitment. So you just got to, find a league on gRaceland Shootout Series and then apply. As far as being sending me a message, you can just go to the website, GRacelandShootoutSeries.com, and you can send me a message via there, and we can get everything squared away.
All right, Robert Lynch. Appreciate you doing that, man. Definitely, I want to make sure we get plenty more drivers out here. I know the seasons start pretty hectic, kind of slope off there a little bit in the middle, and man, we had over 20 drivers out here tonight giving it their best. But man, like I said, I want to make sure you get plenty of time for people to be able to have that opportunity to sign up. Give me your shout outs here, man. Talk to me about AKA Racing.
Well, AK Racing, of course, that's me, my son, and my grandson. They're both in this league, but they were not able to make it tonight. So it's a 3-generation race team. Also, I'm part of the Hound Dog Racing team, and of course, Simtrex Broadcasting. You do a fantastic job. Of course, we got our other sponsors out there. 5 Star Beverages. Thank you for sponsoring season 3. Appreciate it very much for what you've done. Of course, Beef Jerky Unlimited. Can't thank Tommy D and his facility there, giving out all these beef jerkies to the pole position winners. I've gotten a couple of them. I'm still waiting on my other one. Fantastic product. If you guys haven't done that, all the links are on the website. You can click them. It takes you right to their websites. Of course, we got DUI distributors. DUI, it is performance distributors.
Yes, sir.
They fantastic sponsor. I guess Billy's involved with them, works with them, I guess. They're a fantastic sponsor. They've been with us since the beginning. We can't thank them enough. They also sponsor with the Speedway Illustrated. Some of us drivers, they come up and they sponsored one race where they gave away a subscription. I was lucky enough to be one of the qualified ones that got it. And a matter of fact, I got mine today. So I was kind of really excited. I was going through it. I've got it sitting here right next to me. I got May's issues right here next to me. So, and I've got them on the website now. So I've sent them out a big old thank you letter for doing that. And then of course, Victory Sim, Richard Suddeth, that's one of our executive officers, our vice president kind of deal. And can't thank them enough for, everything they do for us. And it's just amazing. I mean, we got some really good drivers and really good sponsors, and I just can't look. I look forward to next season.
Oh yeah, and I do as well. Robert Lynch, congratulations on your wild 3rd place finish, man. I can't wait to see what you guys got for season 4.
Yeah, and thank you very much, and congratulations to Daniel Holloway for winning this season. That's amazing.
Oh yeah. We'll talk to him here right at the end as soon as we get to our guys. Appreciate it, Robert.
See you, buddy. Thank you.
Hey, can I interrupt for a second?
Yeah, what you got there, Billy?
I just wanted to thank everybody, because I know you got to finish up with your interviews and everything, but you also talked to Randy. Says, let's see, it was him and Daniel and Adam. We don't know exactly what the points are right now, but congratulations to all 3 of them. They put on a great show all season long. It was a privilege to race with these guys, and thank you again for everything you do too.
Yeah,
so
not a problem, Billy. Not a problem, man. Can't wait to see what you guys got for season 4. I think, like I said, I heard word through the grapevine there might be a chance of that Gen 4 coming out. So, ooh, man.
It could be that, or it could be that new late model. So, we don't know.
Dog.
Do some short track Saturday night stuff.
All right. Well, I'll let you guys duke it out there and figure out which one suits you best. All right. Appreciate it, Billy.
But yeah, have a good time with those guys up in the booth. Give them a hard time too. They deserve it.
Oh yeah, I will. I will.
Okay,
take
brother.
it
You
easy,
have a
Billy.
good one. Yes, sir.
Billy kills me. All right, let's talk to Douglas Ross, because I guarantee you this number 78 machine had no idea he was going to end up right here. Talk to me here, Douglas. What happened these last couple laps here, man?
Well, I can tell you what, you're most certainly right. I wasn't expected to finish in 2nd place. I can tell you that.
Yeah, we're taking a look at the kind of replay here as you guys crossed the line and kind of made connection there with Lynch after the last shot, but fortunately the race was over. Talk to me a little bit about here with the kind of the race with the guys up front. I know you said Zane Touchton was rolling along with you here tonight. Seems like a little miscommunication, and a couple of leaders got kind of hammered a bit there.
Yeah, Zane was telling me he miscorrected everything. He was coming with a full head of steam. He said he was taking blame for it. So, but I mean, that's super speedway racing. He just had a big humongous amount of momentum and just what just plowed right into him. But otherwise, I mean, as for me, I was hanging in the back with Richard Suddeth and Doug Neal. I was hanging back with them, and I was figuring we didn't have a chance at this, so we were hanging back in, like, I think it was sixth, seventh, and eighth, somewhere around that range. And then on the final lap, I ended up hearing over the radio, "The leader's wrecked, the leader's wrecked." So that's when I knew that I had to make this move, because then as of that point, I was pretty much almost guaranteed a top 5 finish, if not a top 3, if I didn't make my moves right away. So as soon as I heard that, I was trying to make the move past Richard, and it just seemed to work out the correct way.
Yeah, well, it was definitely tough to kind of being back there in that second group, back there with Doug Neal and Richard Suddeth. What would have been the change here tonight? Would have been a different pit stop or a different strategy? Because you had your moment in the light there in the front row there for a little while, and then just kind of seemed a little bit of a fade back here at the end.
Well, I think what the thing was is that myself, I had a plan to stay with the championship 3. I had a plan on staying with them, but as soon as I saw them pit and where I was, it was too little too late. So I knew I had to pit the next time around. That pretty much messed me up on my whole entire strategy. But otherwise, I mean, it was a good night tonight. It was second place. Still surprised that I ended up getting there, but overall, it's not too bad, and I can't wait to get behind the wheel of these late models for next season. It's going to be really, really fun, because I plan on racing with the gRaceland Shootout Series full-time starting in the late models, so it should be an interesting game once we get into next season.
Oh, yeah, I can't wait to see, man. Definitely a little more attendance, man. Got to get some attendance out of you. You really marched up the points here, and I think you've got a win possibly out there for you. We just got to get you here and make it happen, and especially moving out of the trucks and the late models. What's your biggest concern with those vehicles?
Actually not really so much of big concerns. I actually do have a lot of positives when it comes to the late models, because they are better on handling, especially when it comes to short tracks. And I probably know we're going to be seeing a lot of short tracks next year when it comes to the late models and everything like that. But it should be planning on a very interesting next season, I could tell you that, and we'll just have to see how it plans out.
All right, well, give me a shout out for all your sponsors and people out here watching, man.
Just got to give a shout out to all the gRaceland fans who ended up sticking around for the show. Can guarantee you that. Simtrax Broadcasting, you guys do an awesome job at your broadcast. Really do appreciate for everything you do for the whole entire iRacing sport, for all the stuff that you guys host, and just a shout out to anybody who was rooting for me. Just it was a good night overall. We'll get them next season.
All righty, Douglas Ross. Appreciate you joining us here tonight, man. Keep tabs out there and wait for Robert Lynch, Billy Stanley, and Richard Suddeth to make up their minds here and take a vote. Make sure you take part in the vote in which vehicle these guys race. It could be those late models, or it could be the crazy Gen 4 cars, man, that I've heard they've been stewing up there pretty good. But, man, congratulations on your second place finish tonight, and I'll catch up with you next season.
No problem, man. Thank you.
All right, I'll probably catch Douglas Ross a lot sooner than that, probably over at the big show with Imperium Motorsports. But let's talk to Adam Roberson, our race winner here tonight, which I guarantee you another person here who didn't think this was the position for him, but was definitely gunning for it. Adam Roberson, talk to me about the last few laps here.
Well, I mean, I expected it. I was sitting there riding. I made the move that I figured I was going to make. I just didn't expect a lap truck to going 10, 15 miles an hour faster than me to shove me like that, and it did cause a big wreck. But I mean, I was sitting there, I was right where I wanted to be, except for the qualifying gotten changed on us a little bit without being told. But I could have looked, so that's on me too.
Man, you started in 14th position and win the race and bring that 28 Ford into victory lane. Kind of, where were you finding success out there? Because you were having to really shuffle through a good part of this field.
The green flag pit stop, I knew when I come in, I knew how hard I could go. As long as they were conservative, I could jump a couple of them and get back in line with them. And if set second or third there to the last lap, preferably third, that I would be sitting right where I wanted to be, because usually the first two are going to bust each other up, then the third place truck's going to have a really good run, and that's what happened.
Oh yeah. Well, if Bledsoe and Holloway had gone side by side, who would you have pushed to the end, or would you have taken it 3 wide?
3 wide. 3 wide. I already knew it was going to be 3 wide.
Definitely, man. I was hoping that was going to be the answer. You're going to get fired all the way into the end. But you bring the win here at Daytona. What's your outlook on the next season?
I will have to see exactly what we're doing. I know there's some talks of maybe a little changing up a few things. But, I mean, it's also real race season now, so I may not be around as much because I may go race my car and stuff. But I'll show up when I can and do the same thing I ever do every week, try to win races.
All right, man. Well, social media, we'll always keep an eye out for you. Make sure you post videos or pictures of even what you're racing, man, because we got plenty of pictures of you coming away with the race win here tonight. Give me your shout-outs here as we head on off.
I want to thank 5 Star Beverages for being on my truck and sponsoring the league. Beef Jerky Unlimited for sponsoring the Pole Award. All the fans that sit out here and watch. I wish we could have had a little bit. We were going to have a 3-wide finish for you if we hadn't had that little snafu with a lap truck. But, it is what it is. Come away with a win tonight, and I guess couldn't ask for much better.
I like the way you think. It is what it is, man. Just got to make it happen and try not to do that next season. So we'll see how next season goes. Congratulations on the win, Adam.
Thanks, sir.
All right, that is going to do it there. Now let's go ahead and talk to our season winner. Should be Daniel Holloway. I can't believe he was able to get it. And let's try and make sure. Woosah. Daniel Holloway, talk to me here about this last run here, man.
Wow, what an ending. Did not expect that, but this is Daytona. Anything can happen. You can go first place to last place within seconds.
Yeah, well, definitely there was no easy way, to kind of put it. I think talking to Roberson, you guys were going to head it 3 wide. You, Bledsoe, and him is just. I hate seeing how that last lap went, man. But it was definitely something. What was your intent when it was time to go? When you slid to the outside, was it going to be push? Was it going to be what were you going to do there on the last lap if it had gone your way?
3 wide. If I was going to be in the inside or in the middle. Adam was doing the same thing what I was doing, getting a run, and was doing the fake high side where Randy did block, but Adam was on my corner, so the only way I was going to get Randy was inside of him, which I did, and I think we kind of touched there because he was trying to cut or block me right in front, but I let off and lost all the momentum there. But for me, for this race, it was just starting and just finish just for the championship. But I told these guys in practices that if I still had to race it in with more cars or trucks, I still would have raced anyways, no matter what, even though I was locked up for the championship. But I was still going for that win. I was still getting hungry for that win.
You got to, man. You got to. There's no way you just, you kind of throw your hands up in the air and say, I'm not going to go for the win. You're right there. You are in the podium position, in the final lap with plenty of time. You had at least half the track. But, coming away with now Season 3 winner, and we had Adam Roberson and Bledsoe were around you, so it was great seeing all three of you, 1, 2, and 3. And now all season winners, kind of what's the outlook in the Season 4? I mean, do we go for another championship? Do we try to push a new guy to the lead? Do we work on teams? I mean, talk to me here.
Well, Season 4, it's going to be a new season, probably another different vehicle. I'm not sure if it's late model or Gen 4 car. Still, I think we're going to have a meeting coming up here pretty soon. It could be anybody. It could be somebody new that comes in the season next year, and next thing you know it, where did he come from? Or you can have a repeat champion for the first time in GRaceland. So it's all depends on which vehicle, what tracks we're running, and who could be more conservative as far as the season goes and points, and best driver win.
Oh, yeah. Well, we're definitely going to have to see that. If it were your choice, Gen 4 or late models, what's your call?
I love the late models. Gen 4 I haven't really raced, but the way it sounds like those cars are pretty fast, so it don't matter to me once we get the season rolling with the car, put some practice in, and we'll go from there. The paint scheme's still going to be the same. Ain't changing it. So the Hershey Kisses truck is going to be, or not truck, but paint scheme, Candyman, still going to be there.
Oh, yeah. I just think it needs a little chrome to it. I think the inside of the Kisses, the white needs to be chrome. I think that would look slick, man. I think that's just a little too...
Yeah. I'll give it a thought. I hate to change something when I've been doing pretty good with the picking. Yep, it's working.
It's working.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Attaboy. Daniel Holloway, congratulations. I'm sorry you weren't able to win here tonight, but you took home the entire thing here. The Season 3 winner, man. Give me a shout-outs here.
I just want to say also first of the Season 2 for a pole. So out of all the races for a pole, this was the race to do it. If it was pretty close to points. But for being on the pole, I'd like to thank Beef Jerky Unlimited for the sponsor, 5-Star Beverages, and GRaceLand Shootout Series. Awesome guys to race with. Good group of guys. You never know who's going to be in the winner's circle. You in the booth, Patrick, you do a fabulous job up there on some tracks. And Billy, putting this together to Robert Lynch. I got to give him a shout out for setting everything up and getting the season going again, putting time into it. I want to say congrats to Randy and Adam for second and third. I think Randy got second, but I know it's pretty darn close. But congrats to those two, and it's a privilege to win a championship in this league with a great group of guys I raced with, and many more seasons to go.
All right, man. Congratulations, man. Like I said, I can't wait to see what the Candyman's got for us next time. Out there, Stella's already calling you Happy Face Holloway. I don't know if that has the same ring to it.
Well, that helmet it makes people happy. It makes if it puts a smile on their face. That's why I got that mask, that helmet on. And I do want to have a shout out to everybody who all watches this league, this broadcast. My friends and family. Got some teammates out there too, Team Alliance, and Candy Shack team out there too that represent. And yeah, there we go. Let's go for next season.
All righty, appreciate you, Daniel, and we'll catch you next season.
Thank you. Have a good night, guys.
You too. All right, man, that is going to do it here. Wow. But Daniel Holloway coming away with the win on this one, and Bledsoe wanted it bad, but wasn't able to get his second championship. But we are going to head on off. That was a wild run here. That we just saw. I can't believe how many drivers got absolutely obliterated in the final lap of that one. Definitely a little miscommunication there, but we'll wipe the slate clean here in the next couple of weeks and get these guys fired back up for another fantastic racing here with the GRaceland Shootout Series. I can't wait to see what all they've got going on. Appreciate you out there. Daniel Holloway, Heather Jewett, Liz Stanley out there joining us in the chat, and I know Nita Wolf was out there as well as Stellar Stella. That's going to be it for us. I'll see you guys next time for Season 4. Be well, be safe, be kind, and I'll see all you guys next time.